This one comes by way of Joe Scrabbles over at IGN, who says, update. Well, there is an update to it, but Sony denies October PS5 release date. The initial story read, a job listing from Sony Interactive Entertainment says the PlayStation 5 was to be released in October 2020. Pointed out by Nibel on Twitter, as listed, the Next Jobs, a website for a role at SIE Materials Department, says a successful applicant will work, quote, with the design department and the quality assurance department to create the PlayStation 5 scheduled to be released in October 2020. In an update, Sony told Famitsu that the October release date was mentioned in a job listing is a mistake made by the recruitment company involved. The official release window remains holiday 2020. So part of me wants to believe the rumor that it's in October.
99% of me doesn't believe it.
Okay, so we still think it's firm holiday 2020, like a November, December release date.
Oh yeah, no, it's just that it'll be November. I would wager that this October thing is a byproduct of the fact that the consoles need to be done.
Yeah.
Like any and all manufacturing needs to be done by then so they can start shipping them out.
Yeah.
And there's been some mincing of language, and October pops up in a recruiting thing. So, and technically, for the role that they're looking to fill, a cutoff of October is exactly what is required. If I'm right there, that November is the release month, and that was what what it has been for the last few years. Obviously, in Australia, we got the PS3 later, but the PS4 and the Xbox One were November, and in the US for the PS3, November. Like these, it's that good window. It's that typical window. It's the perfect timing, and a job of that particular nature would need to wrap up by October. So.
Yeah. I think what it was basically the job itself would wrap up in October. I think there was, like you said, there was a mix-up. It's just the way it was conveyed, and I guess that a lot of people went up in arms and got too excited too early. The translation.
Yeah, for sure.
It was lost in translation for sure. The next story comes by Adam Bankhurst over at IGN, who says the PlayStation Studios brand to launch alongside PlayStation 5. Basically, it's just Sony Interactive Entertainment.
This thing.
Yeah, changing to PlayStation Studios, which is cool. Sony has announced that it has created a new umbrella brand, PlayStation Studios, that will unite all its first-party titles and launch alongside the PlayStation 5. As reported by GameIndustry.biz, this new branding will only be used on those games that are developed and managed by Sony. A new opening video for the PlayStation Studios was also revealed that includes the characters from The Last of Us, God of War, Uncharted, Ratchet and Clank, Horizon Zero Dawn, and A Little Big Planet. I want to make mention quickly on this one. The logo, the intro that they used is actually a recycle of the PlayStation Studios. The PlayStation Studios. I can't remember what it was. It was something.
Oh, for their TV and their TV and films.
Yeah, for their TV and films. Yeah. It was actually a reuse, a recycle, but they just added it to look more like a Marvel intro than anything.
Yeah, it's very Marvel.
Yeah. Cool. There were a lot of Xbox fans up in arms last night on Twitter about the fact that PlayStation have copied Xbox Game Studios and just basically named PlayStation Studios.
Who cares? We're the better ones, so shut up.
It's nice. I like the rebranding. I like the logo. I like the look of it. I think if anything, I might have to adapt it into our Operation PlayStation look when PlayStation 5 launches this.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm with you.
But if anything, I like it. It's simpler. It's better than saying Sony Interactive Entertainment every time.
Yes. Or SIE, which is just equally as bad.
Oh, I hate saying SIE.
The thing about it, and you mentioned the article there, it kind of highlights characters from Last of Us, God of War, Uncharted, Ratchet, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Little Big Planet. Now, I've seen on the internet people going, "Oh, why the hell's Little Big Planet on there?" Because we haven't seen anything since Little Big Planet 3, and that was 5 to 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Firstly, when you're debuting this thing for the first time, you do need to, as much as you show off The Last of Us and God of War and Uncharted and those more mature franchises, you do need to show something that's a little bit more family friendly. Whether they plan to do anything with Little Big Planet or by extension Ratchet remains to be seen. I think we're pretty sure that Ratchet's definitely going to happen. But they do need to mix the palette up a little bit. It's think about Nintendo, for example, and you couldn't, as much as Mario and Zelda are huge, you couldn't get away with just having those two slight, especially Zelda being a slightly more mature thing, it's balanced out by the likes of Animal Crossing and those sorts of franchises at the same time.
Yeah.
Diversified. Admittedly, they're still kind of focusing on a particular audience, but it is still diverse within that space.
Yeah.
And PlayStation needs to make sure they're doing the same. What I'm hopeful is that it does indicate that maybe we're going to see a Little Big Planet 4 of some sort, because, I mean, I still adore those games. Sackboy's awesome. The franchise is great, and there's still so much untapped potential there. The other franchise doesn't surprise me at all. And the thing that does intrigue me, or interest me, I guess, is to see how this thing will continue to update as we get more and more big releases. So when these PS5 games come out, are we going to then shift the alley that we're seeing in the logo at the moment to all of a sudden an alley from Last of Us Part 2? Are we gonna see Ghost of Tsushima pop up in there? As things continue to develop, because they have indicated that it is going to develop and change over time.
Yeah,
that's gonna be kind of cool.
That's the way branding works, though. There's an evolution to it, and obviously Marvel do the same thing, and it's heavy. There's heavy inspiration there from Marvel. So it's cool. I like it. I like the new look. I like the new branding. And if it does play on every intro of every PlayStation exclusive or Sony first-party studio game, then awesome. I'm for it, because it's sleeker. I like it. It's better, and it's time to move on from the whole Sony interactive entertainment, or Sony, the old adage that they used to have, the old promos. So yeah, no, it's cool. I like that, and it's really cool.